Hola, I made it. I am off a forestry road in Arizona in the Kebab National Forest. So National Forest, you can camp anywhere. You just got to watch your restrictions and stuff. Well, pretty much anywhere. You can find out online. It was like an afternoon of research. I found this, so this might be like the new spot. I'm excited. This is bear country, so I'm gonna have to bear bag my food. I will show you that later, but it's just me and old Red there. There's nothing, and I haven't seen anybody, and there's a ton of land, so I might actually get my wish of not having people around me being loud and setting up right next to me. I sound like an antisocial person, but I come out here for a reason. So look at that. I'm gonna walk back in there and see what I can find. So find somewhere to set up. I will catch you in a little bit. I don't see us having any issues for firewood here. Plenty. Trying to go too far because my truck actually has, I brought a couple gallons of water because there's no water source out here. It's a 50% chance of rain, so maybe I'll get to camp in the rain. That'd be neat. There's some burn damage here too though. They had a big fire a while back, so I gotta be careful and watch for deadfall, stuff like that. Stuff I'm not used to. Make sure I don't have limbs that are gonna follow me, so I am friggin' excited. So a little tipsy, whenever you're walking in the woods and you want to keep like an idea of where you're at, especially somewhere like this, turn around every now and then and look at where you're going. So my truck is still straight back there. You know, you might be able to see the red. So otherwise you can get turned around weaving through trees and stuff, and the next thing you know, you don't know where you're at. I think I have found it. There's a lot of down wood here, and there's some trees that aren't cut up, so I'm gonna probably use those. I've got my bush chair that I'm gonna set up. There's plenty of wood out here, so if I have to take a little walk, I can. There's plenty of firewood. There's another big piece right here in the front. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is go to these two trees here. These blue ones are all marked for being cut down because of the burn, but go between these two trees here and then have my fire out in this area. So I'll have to clear this out, get rid of all this these pine needles and everything, so that way I don't have to worry about starting another freaking forest fire. So I'm gonna get that set up here, and I'll show you guys a little bit of what I got. I got a new bag. I was waiting on the other one I talked about in other videos, and I'll probably still get it, but I wanted a bag for summer. I wanted something smaller, and this fit the bill, so I did get a new one. So let's get it together. All right, so this is a new mount. You know, there's normally air on my chest, but I didn't like how the angle is a lot of times, so I changed it up. So what I wanted to show you, you're actually mounted on my head. You can see me look like a total goober. So normally whenever I go through, right, I take this and I tie it, I run the rope like all the way through it. So what that does is makes for a bigger pain in the butt. So what I'm thinking, Abe Lincoln, so I go around this here burnt guy. Let me move this out of the way. And then instead of, I really hope you can see that because I have no idea. Instead of running it all the way through, what I'm gonna do is just pull it through like that and do what they call Marlin spike hitch. So all I did was make a little bite in the rope, push it through my bowline knot there, and then I'm gonna put a toggle through here, and it'll snug it up. Let me find a suitable toggle. This one looks broken as crap. Okay, so that's gonna go through there, and then what you do is you just pull it against itself. Look, and I don't have to run all that crap through, and that'll hold it pretty well. You hear that question in my voice? It'll hold it well. Yeah. So yeah, kind of cool. And then when I'm done, I can just pull that out and it'll release. on this end. We're gonna do the standard. Don't worry, these trees are gonna be cut down. Everybody calm down, it's dead wood. Standard taut line hitch. So we go up and go to the inside. There's a 1 and a 2. Let's do the inside, and then we want to go 1 on the outside. I don't know if I might have just screwed that up. I had the idea down, but okay. And then it should, yeah, huh? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, Willis. Maybe I shouldn't cut the length off of it like I thought. Yeah, still got a bunch of extra. Okay. First of all, I want to say how much more peaceful this is, not having a bunch of people to worry about, or kind of being embarrassed that I'm talking on my phone, because it is weird when there's witnesses. All right, so we got the Adirondack wind shelter. I've seen it, you've seen it, I've set it up, I did a little video, not the greatest video, but there's other ones out there too if you don't like mine. So that's that. I'm going to start clearing out all these little sticks and twigs and gathering them. Also, another thing I might do, which I actually might do earlier, there's the GoPro, is trying to find stuff like that bad boy for my chair. I gotta find stuff that's not super dead or burnt though. And I can't cut anything down because I want to make my little bush chair. Let's do that. Good call. Little walk, little jaunt through the woods. But it's a nice little camp spot down here too. Too bad I already set up. That's sweet. Okay. Doesn't matter. I'm up the hill there. These woods are friggin' great. So I think this long guy here is gonna be my third pole. I've got 2. You saw I knocked the camera over with 1. And then I'm gonna set that up and then start collecting Fireside wood. I think this one's, oh yeah. I can use the end of that one for firewood too. Sweet. So for my chair, I want these to be about 7 foot in length. So they're a little longer than that. I'm gonna cut them down. They're a little burnt in places, so it makes me a little nervous, but I'm gonna clean them up and get the chair going here. All right, so let's start. Ew, dirt. Start with this guy. So, hey brother, get that over here. Let's call it 7 feet. Let's go 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish, right there. All right, so now I got it marked. That's where I'm cutting that one off. I'll clean up the rest of this stuff. Get up there. Yeah. So we got everything cleaned up here. And if you've seen it once, you've seen it 1,000 times. So I'm about to do the slowly but surely cleaning this area up of twigs, but about to do a tripod. So we do this tripod, and this is what's going to hold this together so that I can make my my seat out of these small trees. So I did this at Mammoth Springs, and I did it to make my cooking tripod as well before. But real quick, so you go around it just like you're gonna tie it together like normal, right? Give it a little depth on there because these are gonna walk out from each other. You don't want them coming out. Easiest way to do this is to get your crap out of your own way. I got cord management issues. So I don't know if you can see it. Basically, you just wrap it around itself like 5 or 6 times and then pull it taut, and that, once you start wrapping, is going to hold it on there. Now you got to get all this stuff tight, because if you don't, it will it'll walk around on you, and then your tripod will suck. So do that, wrap it back over itself, and we're going to do that around there 2 more times, so we make sure we have it good and solid, because falling out of this chair would suck. I'm used to using this big of limbs here. All right, go around again. All right, so now that we have it around it, God, some of this burnt trees get crap everywhere. You want to start going down between them. So that was the wraps. These are called the fraps. So you can do it either way. I'm gonna start through the top and go down through it. This is where it kind of gets to be a pain in the butt, because you have to kind of split the logs apart, and if you tie them taut, you got to move them around a little bit. So I'm going to do that good and tight. You can wrap it around your hand, get a little pull on it. This stuff's pretty strong. It's that 36 bank line. So I'm going to go around that 3 times down, and then I'm going to cross over and hit the other side. You get the idea. I'm just going to do a bow like you're tying your shoes. Hope it doesn't slip and I don't die. Is that lower? I don't think it's any lower. Oh well. So then what happens is, I already cleaned this stick up, so you don't want all the pokies because you're about to have your butt in them. You can take the bark off if you're really just feeling crazy woo. I'm not. This is going to go through the bottom. Remember too, you can move your tripod to adjust this if you have to. All right, so sleeve goes through there. We're gonna get about even on both sides. I'm thinking about there. So what I'm gonna do, I got that cordage I put in my pocket. I'm gonna flip around here because the GoPro's running. Get you in on that action. So I'm gonna come underneath and over the top, and I wanna do a Canadian jam knot. So remember, I'm gonna tie a loose overhand knot. I'm going to come up with the tail through the bottom of it, snug it onto it, and obviously the knots are fairly far apart right now. It's already got an overhand in the end for a stopper. But as I wrench down on that, it's going to get tighter. What you can do is get a stick to help make that tighter. I think that's going to do, donkey. What I might do is wrap it through here just a couple times, just for good measure, but it's not going anywhere. This got a good braking strength on it too, so that should work. Now I just go do the other side. Initial. Ooh. I don't know. So I think we're good. I'm nervous because if it breaks, it's gonna hurt. I got my little toaster pastry thing. I think I showed this in my video. It's from an MRE. It's the business. Well, oh, it's actually a Pop-Tart. These dirty MFs, they used to have this dry, crappy like thing in here. In my trash bag there. So, I think it'll hold up. It's not, you know what? As long as we don't dance in it. So I actually just started sticking Pop-Tarts in there. So this is actually a brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tart. 7 good source of 7 vitamins and minerals. That's what I know I need to eat. So I'm starving. I ate breakfast this morning. I haven't had lunch. I've been messing with y'all. Damn it. Of course, they're smashed into a million pieces. I'm gonna eat this, and then I can drink some water. I think what I'm gonna do, this is gonna be sweet. I've never done it before, so it might be a hot mess. I'm gonna try to build a raised bed out of wood, because there's so much down wood in here from whatever windstorms, and nobody uses this land, I don't think, as well as the fire burn. So I can't use fire burnt stuff really, because it's gonna be brittle. What I'm gonna do is build a raised bed back there, so that way if it rains, I don't actually get wet. So I wrote it down in my journal one other time I was gonna try it, and I didn't end up doing it. I didn't have the wood. So I have like I guess a template. So I have to get 4 pieces that are 7 foot long, which shouldn't be hard. 2 pieces that are about 2 feet wide, and that's gonna be for my end caps. So that'll be like the headboard and the footboard. Oh, why is water so good whenever you've been working? And then I'm gonna do 7 2 foot, like 4 foot wide for cross braces. So you put the 2 foot ones, no, I gotta look at my thing. Anyway, you put the bottom ones, you put 2 long runners. When you put the wider ones, you 2 more runners on them. And then you lay the longer ones across the middle. So you'll have it at a height about like in there. And then that will be your raised bed. And then I'll probably just put my poncho liner, their poncho on it. And then put my inflatable air mattress on top of that. And that'll be my bed. So I'll be off the ground. That way if it rains, I don't have water hit me. I am going to build the fire pit out here. I can move this chair if I need to, so it's not a big deal. I'm dropping more of this than I'm eating. And then I might build a fire reflector wall too, just because I have the resources and I never get to do this stuff. So that would basically build the fire reflector wall. If I can gap it right, I can stick a stick through it and hang my tea kettle, which will make for some sweet pictures for the gram. And it's cool. It's stuff I don't get to do because I live in the desert. So this is like what I've been wanting to do for years. I never knew this was here. So go Arizona. The national forests are my my new favorite. As long as people don't come out here. Go to your own, find your own hole in the woods. Well, while I'm here. You know what I mean? I also, you see my tarp has the front hanging down. I normally would flip that back, but because it might rain, there's a tree behind y'all way back there, so I'm gonna have to run a really long line. But I am gonna tie that out so that I have the extra rain protection, so if it starts raining, I don't get wet and I don't have to tuck way back in there. I'm gonna eat. I'll catch you in a minute. I'll get that bed started, so I'll probably just collect the wood and then I'll show you the build. Save you the time on your TV there on your couch. So I want to make sure it's a little longer than I am tall. So there's the top of me log. I don't need it too much, but there, right? That'll work. That'll do, donkey. Put my arms over my head, so make it a little longer. Yeah. Put it right in there. So the plan's staying. Put one at the foot, and then another big one at the head of where you want it. I'm gonna put this friggin' bag here. Okay. One at the foot, one at the head. It's kind of obnoxious. Then you take one of your longer poles, and that goes on there. Whee! And then the other one, stupid cord, get off me. Anyway, and then the other one goes like that. So now what we got to do is I got to get hit in the head by a lantern. Put cross beams on it. I could leave it like this height, but I want to go up another one just in case I want to sit on it. It's not quite on the ground, so I'm going to put another cross beam, and then so basically like a log cabinet, and then I'm going to put more of these. I'll probably need 2, 3, 4, probably 7 of them. So I gotta get cutting. I'm getting hot. It's I think it's about peak temperature. Well, it can't be. It's almost noon, but it's warm and I'm working, so I'm sweating. So I'll take some breaks and drink some water, but it's gonna be nifty. So we're getting there. So you see what I meant? Long ends, braces, cross beams. So I got bigger ones for that. I hope it works out well. One of them's a little wonky. You want them pretty straight. So it's a little fatter at the back there. And I don't like that it's touching my tarp. Don't touch my tarp. So I did hit my toe, and I gotta check my toenail, see if I screwed that up. It's fun. So I think I'm gonna get like 4 more probably, and it should be good, and then I can tie it together. All right, so we have enough. It's not a big bed. Good Lord, what about a bunch of work to do that. It'll be wide enough though for your boy, and it's elevated. Friggin' sweet, huh? So now what I'm gonna do is tie it together, and I'm just going to Canadian jam knot around the corners. Want to see it? That's what I thought. I'll show you. Okay, I'm back with a longer piece of junk paracord. So, I say junk, it's just not, 10 feet of it. So, let's go ahead and try this again. Actually, it's 2 pieces tied together because we don't waste, okay? All right, let's get that up underneath. Bottom one. Oh, what do we got on? I'm gonna go up through the top, back through the hole. Ooh, yeah, that's gonna be plenty. It's always too much or too little, right? So, what I'm gonna do here is tie that and wrench her down if it'll cooperate. Might help if I pulled in the right end. Smart. All right, so see, that's good and tight. It's moving a little bit, but put her down a little more. That'll be fine. And then my bed, inflatable air mattress is gonna fill any little gaps we might have in that bad boy. So I'll scooch it up and tie the others down. Okay, the bed is made. She's secured. Pretty solid. We'll see how it goes tonight. First timer. I also, while you were sleeping, made a fire pit. It's just a little rock fire pit. Nothing big. It is a full step away from my camp, which is the rule there. So I got my bush chair, got my fire pit. I did string this bad boy out. I did put 2 pieces of string together about really long. I'm gonna build a fire reflector wall back here, like real mountainy. So I'm gonna take a break. I am sweating, like I'm hot. And then I'm gonna do that. So in order to build this fire reflector wall, I need 4 of them about this length, this height, because that's the about the height I want to go on the wall. I don't want to go super high. So I don't need to clean it up too much. I need to have a smooth side just because I'm going to put 4 of these in the ground, like stakes, and then run logs between them and then tie it together at the top, and it'll hold it all together. And then that'll be my fire reflector wall. So you don't want it too close to your fire pit. Mine's like right here. You just want it, so I don't know, probably a foot maybe from it. So you can use this to reflect heat if it's cold out, if you're trying to use a fire for warmth, which it is going to cool off later, I hope. We're getting overcast now a little bit, which I'm okay with because it's getting hot. All the friggin' work it took to make that. So what I'm going to do is basically sharpen this end so that I can pound it into the ground like a stake. So now we got our 4 stuck in there. So we're gonna take littler pieces, throw them in there, just like that. Just leave them on the ground all over the flipping place. So those go in there like that. I want a longer one than this. This is just one that I already had sitting out. So I'm gonna do those up to the top. Hopefully bigger pieces would make it easier. It'll be yay high, obviously. And then when you're done, you push these 4 together and you tie them together, and it kind of clenches up around that, and that's what makes your wall. So I'm probably gonna get bigger pieces than that, but I just want to show you guys. So I'm gonna work on that. A lot of building on this trip. I should sleep good tonight, as long as that bed I made isn't super horrid. Good thing is it's getting real dark over that way. So that might be my rain coming in that I've been looking for. Like, I'm excited and nervous because I've never tried to camp or maintain a fire in like a downpour. So same thing I always do here. Canadian jam knot. Let me fix your angle here. I don't know what's wrong with you guys. Why you're down so low. Okay. Hey, it's my face. So I got more bank line. I'm about to buy more of this stuff. A Canadian jam knot. So all we're gonna do is, I usually think you should tie it right over the top. How did I manage to get that one so much shorter? Whoops. Huh. You know what? I'm just laying her in. Anyway, verbal processor much. My second loose overhand behind it. Canadian jam knots are the knot of the century here. That. Cinch it down. Oh, Rick Ross, I about lost my tail there. So I didn't give myself a lot of length on this. Oh boy. What? I did it backwards. If you do the Canadian jam knot and run the tail through the wrong way, it will not jam. It'll just be a Canadian knot. Hey. Just heard thunder, and now it's gone. Alright, let's see if we can correct the situation here. Bruh. Come on. There we go. Feed it back out. Alright. I'm gonna get a fire here and do some water. I got my little MRE thing, so I think I'm going to just boil the water and put the packet in there. I think I've got a waxwood stick in here somewhere. Oh yeah, it's coming. Good thing is it's coming from the front of my shelter. It couldn't come from the back. Hopefully it doesn't blow in here and tear me up. So we're gonna cut off some of this. This is the fat rope stick. Put a little pile of that action on there. Stuff's pretty cool. It works pretty well. It's just rope that's soaked in a accelerant, or probably a turpentine, like fat wood. That goes there. This goes here. I may be rushing to stay dry here in a minute. We'll see. The fire's still out. Come on, big boy. I mean, I didn't fluff it, but my word. Usually it takes better than that. Ah, I'm gonna lose it. What am I, new? Such a fireman for so long, I don't know how to do it. This is embarrassing. Come on. I said it works well. Make me a liar. What did he do? Get her wet or something? About to get the match out here in a minute. Call it a day. That's weird, that stuff usually takes really quick. It's being a big pizza chip, so we have a solution for that, kids and coaches. Yeah, he's playing games now, my dude. Voila! God, wasn't sure about that one. All right, while I wait for the storm to roll in, I'm gonna eat this slightly warmer than usual. Woo! Oh yeah, not warm at all. Ravioli. So I'm hungry. It's 14:56 or almost 3 for you civilian types. So I'm gonna eat this and then we'll see what the storm does. I put some wood back underneath my tarp a little bit so that hopefully I have some dry wood if it decides to be a downpour. I want it to rain, but then again, I don't really want to get where I can't have a fire, because it's nice. Oh yeah, that's not good at all. But I'm hoping if I get enough hot coals in there that you can see it's burning, I'll be okay. Oh yeah. We'll see how she goes. This is not great. And I'm hungry, so it's better when it's warm and I don't have any hot sauce. So I think we might be past here. I put my poncho over the top of my fire. Obviously I wouldn't recommend doing that for too long. There's not much of a fire there. I'm hoping to keep as much water out of it as possible now that it's stopped raining, to be able to keep some coals in it. There's still some hot coals, obviously we have smoke. So if I can dry that out and find some little twigs that'll dry out, I can still have a fire, so. Oof, she was raining. Raining real bad, and I broke my bed. I broke a rung. So I have less rungs, but I think it'll still work with these burnt logs. Oh, this is awesome. trying. Put a little twig man in there. So when you don't know if it's going to rain again, when it stops raining, take that opportunity, obviously, to go collect dry wood. One way you can tell, because everything looks wet, is snap it. If it has a clean snap and that like, I guess, harsh break to it, it doesn't like bend, it just pop, has that loud, nice, crisp snap. You know it's dry on the inside, so the outside will dry off in the rain. So what I'm trying to do now is build my coal base back up, so if it starts raining again, obviously it has more chance to make it through it because it's not going to be beat out completely. So that's what I'm doing now. It takes a lot of probably blowing on the fire, or if you have like a sit pad like this, mine's getting dirty. You can wave that bad boy to put air in it so you can save your lungs a little bit. But it works. I've done it before. A little bit of flamage there. So yeah, put smaller stuff on there because you're gonna have to try to build that coal base up again, and that'll dry out faster, obviously, because it's smaller. So yeah, little tip. It's good to have dry stuff with you too, but you're not gonna carry around like a bundle of twigs, so you just gotta deal with it. I want to build a pot hanger to hang up my kettle over the fire. So what I'm trying to do is I got a Y stick here and got another stick here that's got some nubs on it. Hopefully they'll hold the weight. It's not too heavy, so I'm hoping that they will. So the idea is to drive this one into the ground and this one in front of it and prop another stick and then dangle it over the fire off a stick. So that's what we're gonna do. Never done this before either. So I think if I take this end and just sharpen it down a little bit, obviously it'll go on the ground a little easier. Because I could do a tripod, but I'm getting low on cordage. I've had to run some really long lines to prop the shelter out, and right when it quit raining, since I was like, well, if I gotta hang out in here, I better have some more room, I pulled the back out, which I tend to do after the fact every time, so I don't know why I don't do it in the first place. Oh, tip. People freak out when I eat on wood, right? The bark is what holds the bacteria, not the wood. So if you clean it up, i.e. take the bark off, you get rid of most of the bacteria that would be on wood that could make you sick anyway. And then if you clean it up like this, or split it where it's inside, where it's been protected, you'll be fine. So yeah, eat on wood. It's like your wooden spoons at home. Unless you don't have any, then you should question your life. All right, so this, how it's supposed to work, best way here is that goes like that. But if it's too high, this bark is just shedding like Sam. Oh, Sam. So it should just, yeah, that's what real ground feels like. Should go like that and dangle the pot. I think it needs to go closer to the fillet though. Thing that sucks, you can't really hammer on them, so you gotta get them the right length. So if that'll dangle it out, I don't know, might need to be shorter. Then your back one goes in. That's kind of your stopper. All right, so that one can probably be hammered down. Where'd my axe go? I hit everything under the tarp when it started raining. All right. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna break that. I don't have anything to hang from. So we do that. And then forgot about this whole stick thing. What about this one? What about this floppy guy? So the idea is you put it over the top and the weight of the stick or the pot holds it, and you wedge that bad boy in the back, and then you can adjust the height of the sticks how you want to do your height. Oh, it's a little A little flimsy. I think that'll work. I might turn it so it's more in the fire, but sweet. Back to fire in the rain. So another thing too is if you can get a good coal base and it starts raining, put wood over the top of it so that that wood will basically protect your hot coals. It's kind of weird, but it'll keep them from getting as soaked. I mean, if it rains and rains and rains and rains, you're screwed anyway. But this one's been fighting me. There's still hot coals in there, but a lot of this wood around here is not super dry because of a lot of these trees have fallen down because of the burn. So they weren't quite dead. So it's not dead wood. So this right here is why I do it. Everything is right in the world. There's no traffic. There's no BS. There's no phone blowing up from work. There's nobody talking about friggin' COVID. There's nothing. Just the fire and the outdoors. And this hot cocoa that's the temperature of the sun in a wooden cup. It's awesome. Let that cool off a little bit. I wish I could do camping like this more often. I think that this is here. As long as there's not a fire ban, I'm gonna do this more often. This is what I want to do. Is building stuff, and I built the firewall and the chair and the bed, and I've been working all day. It's hard to believe it's 20 to 5. Makes me feel pretty lazy on my normal trips and just don't do anything, but I like coming out here, and then you can kind of test skills and knots and rope and cordage and different things that you haven't tried. When you go to a regular campsite, you know, you got more people, it's easier to access, so I'll still do that, but this is what I like to do, is out in the middle of nowhere. So I don't even think anybody's driven down the road. I'm probably close to 100 yards from the road, and I get maybe a little less, whatever. And I haven't heard anything come by. I heard some like side-by-sides or a four-wheeler or something way off in the distance earlier, but I haven't heard much. It's been nice. The rainstorm was really nice. It's kind of muggy now, but it'll cool off later. It's I haven't had a chance to write in the journal. I've been so busy building stuff, so I got to do that. That'll probably be a longer one. The bed could have been better, but it's a work in progress. I like this pack. I really like it, how it's set up, and it's kind of a dump style, so it just has a lot of room in it. And then this little dump pouch on the side is nice too, because I just shoved my hat, my sunglasses in there, so it's pretty sweet. I think I'm gonna bring the neighbors out here. They're always looking for a good spot too, and they like doing stuff like this too. It's a little, some people want to come out and do like the bathroom thing, and I get it, but no says I. I got chicken sausages for dinner. I have my little grill, so I think I'm gonna do it like that. I also brought a lot of utensils this time. I brought a frying pan, my stainless steel frying pan I had on my last kayaking trip that I did eggs and Spam in. So I have the kettle you've seen. I have my kuksa to drink out of. I've got my little bush pot. So I do have potatoes too, so I will probably put those on soon to let them boil, so they won't be as hard. They just take longer. I don't have any foil or anything, so I'll do that. And then when those are about done, I'll probably do the chicken sausage. So it's 4:45 now, and I'll probably do the journal thing, and maybe I'll read. I got a book too I haven't even dug out. It's kind of starting to rain again. think I'm okay on firewood. Nothing really wants to burn. I've got some dry stuff off to the side, and this stuff is dry internally, but the outside has to dry first, so. Should be a good night. If I get a little sprinkle to sleep with, that'll be even better. I don't think I talked about the bed situation. I have my Climate Static V sleeping mat. I've got the poncho, which I'm putting over the top to give it a little more protection, kind of like a ground sheet, but on the loggies. I've cleaned them up pretty good, so we should be good. I have my inflatable pillow back there, and I have a wool blanket, so it's only going down to like 52 tonight, 53. I'll be fine. I have a rolled up in there. It's like a bedroll setup. On the bottom is a long sleeve shirt. It's actually a Harley shirt, but it's older and it's a little thicker. I like it, so it's comfy. It fits big, so I brought that just in case it gets cooler later. And then I got the wool blanket and my pillow. That's it. I keep remembering stuff after I turn the camera off. So wool, another thing about wool, people are like, oh, it's so itchy and it sucks. And so for the weight, it's really warm. I've never had itchy problems. I also don't sleep naked out here, so it's not itchy for me. As they age, they get softer anyway. They are warm, and they're, for as thin as it is, they do weigh a lot. Like, you can get sleeping bags and stuff a lot less, but wool is naturally fire retardant, and so you don't have to worry about it. Like, it's just tough stuff, so you're not gonna rip it or anything like that. Well, you could, but not like a synthetic down bag or something. Sleeping bags are thin, so they're lightweight, so they rip. So my head hitting the thing. Yeah, I like the wool blanket, especially if I'm not going far. If I'm doing any kind of mileage, I'm not taking a wool blanket. So they're flame retardant, especially when you're sleeping close to the fire. Yeah, you don't want to do that. I want to get dirt on my butt. Why does it look so blown out? So the lighting sucks. I have some hamburger steakhouse seasoning stuff. Thing for the potatoes. I gotta try to get the lighting to bounce out on that. Oh, down. It's gonna blow back out. There it is. Super sweet knife. Ooh, she's real sharp, Clark. I didn't bring my sharpening stone. I need to sharpen the axe. I accidentally overstruck earlier and hit the friggin' ground and put a nick in the blade. Whoops, that's what it's used for, I guess. So, 2 potatoes. It's a little plate that comes with the Stanley cook set, so I'm just going to cut these bad boys up. These little gnats coming from. Probably because I'm nasty. I'm gonna cut these up small, and then I'm going to boil them so that they'll be a little softer, and I might pan fry them, I don't know. So I brought olive oil, but I only brought so much, and that was more for the pan to do the pancake in the morning. Pancake, I say, because it's probably gonna just be one big one. So I don't want to overdo it. I gotta get my pot. My back hurts from hiding out in that friggin' that thing, the tarp, when it was raining. So now I'm playing the recovery game and getting to stretching this. I had to move the bottom of this down a little bit. I'd set it up too high, my feet wouldn't touch the ground. Being 6 foot tall, it's saying something, so. Potato down. So with bear country, I went to make a hike back to the, pick them up before I go to bed and put all my cookware and my food in the truck. So I haven't seen any animals yet. I saw I think a hawk earlier, maybe, or it was a buzzard. He probably thought it was gonna die because it was in the middle of the storm. That storm was gnarly. There was some lightning that made me jump, or thunder. Lightning doesn't make you jump. I didn't see the lightning, but it wasn't far away. I can tell you that much. It's nice though, out here I don't have to talk quiet. Hey, you can talk loud. I always get home and edit my videos and I'm like, crap, I can't hear me between the wind, and try not to be too loud so that people don't think I'm out of my mind. So it's my jam. I said it. This is my jam. This is my new spot. And in the winter, I bet it gets snow here before it does everywhere else, considering it's only like, it's like a high like 78 or some shit today. Some stuff. Sorry, kids. It's got tater juice on it. So, yeah, it's higher elevation. I know that for sure. There's some cool little towns on the way up here too. I'm telling you, I've told people before, Utah is, not Utah. I went through Utah, but I'm in Arizona right now. It's my jam, these high mountain desert areas. Because it's desert down, I don't know, 25 minutes back. And then you get up here and it's pine forest. I do wish we had more hardwood stuff. So, shoulda, coulda, woulda. But this is so much better. This is great. It's free. You can have fires out here unless it's like a crazy fire ban thing, but they release them more than they do at like Mount Charleston where I live. Mount Charleston tends to be like, you know what, we'll just do a year round. You can only have them in developed campgrounds, which we know is not my jam. So yeah, this is pretty sweet. And I had obviously a ton of wood out here. There's not a lot of dead wood. There's probably more than I think, but a lot of the down stuff is because of this fire they just recently had. So it's pretty green still. It just, when the trees die, the root balls don't hold on, so the trees fall. So that's another thing. You got to be careful when you watch for deadfalls. You got to watch for like trees too, which don't do. I got a lot of trees pretty close, but I don't know. See what God does. So I'm gonna get water in there, and I guess start boiling those. I might as well at this point, so I can get dinner. It is 5:30, and I haven't started dinner. So, well, I just did. I did the potatoes. Anyway. My little crane hook wasn't working, so I put it directly in the fire. Now, she's talking. Shouldn't be too much longer now, and I can cook my sausages. It rained for a little bit again, which is expected. Hot coals. Ow. I bet those stick so bad. Alright, so I think we're finally done. You can hear they're still cooking. They didn't want to cook whole, so I ended up cutting them up. So got little bites, little sausage bites. I figure I might as well mix them with the taties. So we'll do that. Ooh. And then that's got to go in the truck. Take that. Mm-hmm. 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 I about spilt it. I'd have been a angry boy because it took me a while to make that happen. There's so much seasoning and little potato bits in here. I gotta stoke the fire too. It's down almost nothing. Let me show you this meal here. Look at that. Gourmet. Before we end up getting rained on again, I'm gonna make us s'more. Got my pot back on there. My cooking stuff, that just had water in it, is in the truck. And then I guess I'll have to walk this food bag back over there. I forgot. I still have a food bag. There's only tea and coffee and stuff in it, but better safe than sorry. Oh, I'm gonna let that rest for a minute. Minuto, probably regret it. It's trying to rain, and get a This is the way to do it. It's a Reese's Thin, even though these have melted, so they're really weird shaped. That's the way to do a s'more. Telling you. Change your life. Probably should lick my fingers. Who knows what's on them at this point. Oh, I'm gonna settle in here. It thinks it's gonna rain. It thinks this is some kind of game we got going on here. Whoa, we got a ballista. Yeah, this is a friggin' awesome trip. It really is. And I've been so busy. Sometimes I get bored on these trips. There's nothing to do, but not this one. Not this one. I try to get this fire like raging so that if it pours again, I don't have to worry about it. I couldn't have picked a smaller marshmallow stick. Is it marshmallow or marshmallow? How do you say it? I think it's marshmallow. I was talking to somebody the other day. I think it's funny how people say different things different, not necessarily accents, but just how where they put their syllables and stuff. You have like a 3-syllable word and somebody just closes it up together. It's like, I don't know, it's funny. Anyway, the things you think about. Wrote 3 pages in the journal. Trace. So it is starting to rain again. It's funny, this heat reflector, it works. It's the backside of it's wet from the rain, and then the front is completely dry from the fire, which that's how fire works. But you know, it's kind of nifty. I'm trying to cook this over the coals slowly, but I think it's going to do better over the fire. Let's give her a shot. We are back in the safety of the tarp. I broke my cracker. And I broke 2 of them. So I usually bring double just in case I screw it up like I just did. But these have been in there for a minute, so they may be a little aged. Oh yeah. She'll squash. She'll squash. Yummy. Oh, I broke it again. Good thing I'm gonna chew it up, you know what I mean? Jelly bean. You're missing out, I'm telling you. And then you got missing out on a bush chair and a fire in the rain. This is not bad. Whenever you're sitting up or you're not like laying flat, you can definitely feel the logs underneath it. Normally people put pine boughs on them for matting, and you can do that actually without the air mattress. But it's pretty friggin' sweet. I love the pictures that I've gotten so far, so I'll try to throw some of them up through the video, or I probably have at this point. I always forget that it's gonna come together before this point. Anyway, got the fire going really good now. That's the only light that you have that you can see me. I've got some drier stuff I was holding on to from earlier, and it's been sitting under here since the first storm, so I think it's doing good. I took the kettle off. All the food's in the truck. Shouldn't have any bear issues or mountain lions. That's another thing. I think it'll be plenty warm though. That fire reflector makes a huge difference. Next time I can winter camp up here, I'm gonna do the fire reflector then as well. That'd be really cool because it is like friggin' warm under here, like too warm. But I got my little candle lantern going, completely unnecessary. I can see fine with the fire, but it's nice to have on. When the fire dies down, I'll be able to see still. So if I got lost, I went to the truck and came back, and I was like, I don't recognize it. And I've been walking around the woods here long enough where I'm at that I should have recognized it, but I didn't recognize it, and I was like, I definitely got way off track. I was way right of my campsite, so I couldn't see the fire or anything because the tarp, it's in front of the tarp. So I think for next time, what I might do, if I have to go back and forth between something, or if I have to go away from the camp at night, or yeah, especially at night. During the day, it was easy to find. I could look because my tarp's brown, but I could see. You know, the 12-hour glow stick things, the military. Well, the military probably didn't have them as much like they used to. I used to get them from my uncle all the time, so I have a bunch of them. I think I'm gonna bring one and then hang it off to the side of my shelter, and then that way I'll have like a reference point. So probably not a bad thing to have with me anyway, just in case of something happens. So I'm gonna lay here and watch the fire and drink this sleep tea, my Kuksa, and probably go to bed before too long. It's 8 o'clock, but at home I go to bed at like 9, so we'll see. If I want, I'll feed the fire. If not, I'm kind of hoping it rains lightly tonight, just because I want the sound. It is 2:45. A little earlier than I wanted to get up, but it's raining so hard. It's pretty loud on the tarp. I don't know if you can even hear me. But I want coffee, and I can do the coffee underneath here with my little stove, but it's all in my truck because of the bears. So I have to break my bed down to get the tarp out from underneath the, not the tarp, my poncho from underneath my inflatable, so that I can go get my coffee. So I don't have my rain jacket. It's in my truck, which I'm probably gonna grab. Speak. When got the food bag, the glorious food bag. I have my stove set up here. So, I get this coffee going. I'm not gonna start a fire, I don't think. I don't really want to mess with putting it out, even though it's raining, but I also don't want to mess with trying to start the fire in the rain either. My fire pit's soaked, so I'll probably just do it with this morning. I am already getting hungry though, which is not great, but we get coffee going first, and then I'll see about the pancake. Maybe I'll just do the bacon, and then the pancake can be a next time thing. All right, y'all, I am working on my second cup of coffee here. I'm probably gonna do a third because it's 3:45. Bacon's done, so the bacon's gonna be my breakfast. I think I'm gonna try to tear down before it starts raining again. Okay, sorry. Hopefully, well, everything's gonna be wet, but I'll have to dry it out when I get home. Pack up my little bacon garbage bag here. But yeah, this trip is amazing. I'm gonna come back here for sure. I think I might try to get the campers in the neighborhood to come out too. So I think it'd be cool to bring their kids out here and stuff and let them run around in the woods and show them stuff. I like teaching and being able to show people how to do this stuff. That's obviously kind of why I do YouTube video stuff, so I can show you guys how to do it and help people learn new things, and maybe give them the trying to multitask here, give them the confidence to do it themselves. So I don't have any like special training or anything. I've had some military training, but not like, I'm not a seer specialist or anything. I haven't I haven't done sear or anything. A lot of it's just trial and error and coming out here and screwing things up and then figuring out what works and what doesn't work. So you can definitely come out and try it too. You don't have to be as, I guess, mountainy, real mountainy. You don't have to be as mountainy as I am if you don't want. But it's fun. It gives you something else to do. And probably part of that's because I'm by myself, so it's something else to do. But start at a regular campsite and go that route. Do that. So I thought about doing $100. I was talking to my buddy. I thought about doing $100 Walmart challenge. So basically, you just go to Wally World and spend $100, like with nothing to camp. I mean, you could take stuff from home that everybody would have, like not weird stuff, but that everybody would have. But basically, you just go to Walmart and do $100 to go camping, including like your backpack, your sleeping bag, your sleeping pad, everything. So everything that you would need to go camping. And it wouldn't be the most luxurious. It would get you through the night though. And, you know, the whole idea is the camp, not necessarily the sleep, because I don't sleep fantastic out here, but obviously you sleep better some trips than others. I passed out pretty hard last night, but when it started pouring at midnight, it started pouring at midnight. It woke me up, and then I was in and out. And then at 2, it really started pouring at 2. Yeah. So I have bacon, and then I'm gonna pack up and go home. So the Grand Canyon's not far from here either. So I don't think I'm gonna do it on this trip. I'm gonna take another trip, overcook that one, and do the Grand Canyon. At least go see it. I gotta go see it, especially before I end up getting orders or something. So might as well while I'm out here. I'm gonna eat and clean up. I've tried to do time lapses breaking down camp, but I always leave so early and it's so dark and I don't have like extra lighting. You can't see what I'm doing anyway, so I end up deleting them. So thank you guys for watching. I will catch you next time. I'm gonna eat, pack up, and hit the road, get back to Las Vegas. So to do adult things with my weekend. But yeah, really good trip. Really good trip.